The story begins with Tara, a vibrant 28-year-old woman who believed she was too young, too active, and too busy to ever seriously fall sick. To everyone around her, she was the strong one, the multitasker, the woman who handled work, school, and family responsibilities without slowing down. But Tara had no idea that a silent enemy was growing inside her. An enemy she didn't respect because she believed it belonged to older people. That enemy was hypertension. One evening, after several days of persistent headaches, Tara stopped at a small clinic near her house. She expected the doctor to tell her she was stressed or dehydrated. But after the nurse wrapped the blood pressure cuff around her arm, she frowned and checked again. Then she said quietly, "Your blood pressure is 168/102. Tara immediately laughed. No, that cannot be right. I'm too young for high blood pressure." The nurse checked again. Same result. The doctor entered the room, looked at her numbers, and gently said the words that shook Tara's world. "Tara, you have hypertension." She sat still. Her ears rang. Her heart pounded. She whispered, "But high blood pressure is for old people. Not me." But the truth stood in front of her, unchanging. In that moment, Tara remembered a phrase she once heard: "Denial delays healing. Acceptance starts it." That night, she told no one. She hid the paper with her blood pressure readings and convinced herself that it was temporary. She blamed stress, workload, and lack of sleep. She told herself it would pass. But hypertension doesn't disappear just because you pretend it doesn't exist. Days passed and the headaches worsened. Sometimes her vision blurred when she bent forward. Sometimes she felt her heart racing even when she wasn't doing anything. Still, she denied it. She even skipped the medications the doctor gave her, saying, "I'm too young to start taking pills." But hypertension is called the silent killer for a reason. It quietly damages the body, piece by piece, without any obvious sign until it is almost too late. One afternoon at work, Tara suddenly felt her right hand go numb. Her speech became slurred. Her vision dimmed in one eye. Her colleagues rushed her to the emergency room, terrified. The doctor examined her and said sharply, "She is dangerously close to having a stroke." A stroke. At 28. Tara lay on the hospital bed with tears running down her face as they worked to stabilize her blood pressure. The machines around her beeped steadily, reminding her she had come very close to losing her ability to walk, talk, or even live. The doctor sat beside her and said, "Young people get hypertension too. Stress, poor diet, genetics, lack of exercise, too much salt, and lack of sleep make it worse. Hypertension does not care about age." Then he added, "Your denial almost cost you your life. But your acceptance can save it." That night, Tara cried. Not because she was sick, but because she finally understood how fragile life truly is. She realized that she had been fighting the wrong battle. She wasn't proving she was young. She was proving she didn't want to accept reality. The next morning, the doctor explained the dangers of untreated hypertension: stroke, kidney failure, heart failure, blindness, sexual dysfunction, aneurysm, dementia due to damaged blood vessels, full-blown hypertensive crisis, and sudden death. Tara listened quietly. Each complication felt like a heavy blow. She couldn't believe she had lived with something so dangerous while pretending everything was fine. She finally realized that acceptance is not weakness. Acceptance is protection. From that day, Tara made a decision. If hypertension was going to stay, then she would control it. She would not allow it to control her. She began taking her medications every single day. Not when she felt symptoms. Not when she remembered. But consistently. She learned that blood pressure medication is not taken because you feel sick, but so that you do not get sick. She drastically reduced her salt intake. No more adding salt after cooking. No more salty snacks. No instant noodles with seasoning. No processed meats. She learned that salt raises blood pressure faster than sugar affects diabetes. She embraced healthier eating. More leafy greens, carrots, cucumbers, okra, beans, lean proteins, bananas, oranges, and watermelon. She felt her energy slowly coming back. She began exercising 30 minutes daily. Instead of exhausting workouts, she simply walked briskly, danced in her living room, jumped rope, and climbed stairs. Movement became her medication. She prioritized rest. She stopped carrying every problem on her shoulders. She learned to sleep better, breathe deeply, and set boundaries. She also cut down harmful habits. No more excessive alcohol. No more energy drinks. No more overworking herself until her body begged for rest. She bought a blood pressure monitor and checked her readings at home. Seeing improvement motivated her more. She began to take responsibility for her own health. 6 months later, Tara felt like a new person. Her blood pressure became well controlled. Her headaches disappeared. Her vision cleared. Her energy returned. She understood her body better and respected her limits. She became passionate about educating others, especially young people, that hypertension is not an old person's disease. It is a condition that anyone can get, and it becomes deadly when ignored. She often shared her experience with friends and colleagues. And she always repeated the message that saved her life. Denial delays healing. Acceptance starts it. Today, Tara encourages everyone listening to her story to take their health seriously. She reminds people to stop ignoring persistent headaches, dizziness, chest discomfort, blurred vision, or unusual fatigue. She warns people not to pretend a bad blood pressure reading is a mistake. Hypertension is not a punishment. It is a manageable condition. But only if you accept it and act early. If you take your medications, reduce salt, eat healthier, move more, rest well, limit alcohol, avoid stress overload, and monitor your blood pressure, you give yourself the best chance to avoid complications and live a full life. The lesson of Tara's story is simple but powerful. Denial delays healing. Acceptance starts it. Choose acceptance. Choose health. Choose life.